Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about Leetcode problem 152, Maximum Product Subarray. The problem says, given an integer array nums, find the contiguous subarray. Within the array, it has to contain at least one number, which has the largest product. Let us take a look at two examples. The first one, the answer will be 2 times 3, which is 6. And the second one will be 0. We cannot choose -2 and -1 because this is not the subarray. The problem says this is an integer array, which means it will contain positive, negative, and 0. So let's start it with the simplest case, which is all positive number. The answer will be really straightforward. That is, just simply multiply all of them together. This will be 540. Let's make this problem a little bit more complex, adding one negative number into it. For example, 36 minus 10 and 3. We started from the left, and this stays the same until we meet this -10. When we multiply -10 to 80, it turns 18 all the way down to -180. Actually, at this point, we have three numbers to take a look at. First one is this total product, -180. This is very similar to what we have in our first case. And the second number is the maximum product that contains -10, which is the current number we are working on. Why this is important? Because what we want is to have a subarray, which means its index has to be continuous. Knowing this number will provide a very important information when we are working on the next index. So we have three possibilities: -10, 6 times -10, 3 times 6 times -10. We're going to pick the largest one, which is -10. The third will be the largest product we have ever seen, which is 18. This is just a number to keep track of the largest product we've ever seen when we move along the array, and this will be the results to return at the end of the function. Let me write these number out. After adding the last number, the maximum product that has to contain 3 will become 3, and the continuous product will become -540, and the maximum product will stay 18. So 18 will be the answer for this case. Now let's bring another negative number into the array. So everything stays the same until we hit the last number. The continuous product becomes 2700 when we times -5, and the other two important numbers also becomes 2700. Let me draw a diagram to visualize what was happening here. We started from 3. The product goes up until we hit the very first negative number, and it becomes to the smallest product, like smallest continuous product, and it continues going down until we meet the second negative number. Because the second negative number makes this continuous product back to positive, and this becomes the number that we want. Finally, let's take a look at what will happen if we have a 0 in the array. For example, this is the array that we want. Everything is the same to -10. So when we have 0, we will turn the maximum continuous product that has to contain 0 will be 0, and the continuous product will be 0 as well. If we move to, and then we move to -5 and -6, they will still stay at 0. And we can see this is not what we want, because the maximum subarray actually occurs here, -5 and -6, but we'll keep getting 0 here, and our tracker will just write 18 down. So let's look back to see why we want to have this continuous product. So in the all positive number cases, this number will be the final answer. And in the negative case, this number represents the smallest number when we meet the first integer, and it was waiting to see if there is another negative number that will bring this product to be positive and to become the maximum number. So now we know what we want to write down is not the continuous product, but the smallest product that contains the current number that I am working on because of the occurrence of the negative number. Let's go through the entire process. We'll have 3 numbers: max, min, and result. The max writes down the maximum product that contains the current val, while the min writes down the minimum product that contains the current val. Results is the tracker to write down the largest product we've ever seen. We started from 3, so all of them will be 3. When we go to 6, we're gonna choose the max and min from the following 3 numbers: 6 times pref max, 6 times pref min, which is gonna be 18 and 18. And 18 will goes to here. The result will be 18. When we move to -10, we will pick from -10 times pref max, which is 18, and -10 times pref min, which is -60. So the min number is going to be -180, and the max will be -10. The result stays 18. Here comes 0. We'll have 0 times -10, 0 times -180. So all of them will be 0, and result 18. When we have -5, we'll times -5 to 0 and -5 to 0. The minimum will be -5, maximum 0, result 18. When we come to our last number, which is -6, we'll pick from -6, negative times -5, -6 times -5, and -6 times 0. So this will become the maximum, which is 30, and this will be the minimum. The result will be 30. So this is what we want. Here is the code. We start with the special case, and then we initiate the min and maximum value with the first number in the array, and initiates the final answer with the maximum value. And then we start from the second value, which is index 1. The current number is nums I, and we write down the current value times the previous min and the current value times the previous max. Our current max will be the maximum number between these 3 numbers, and the minimum value will be the minimum value in these three numbers as well. The answer will be the comparison between our current max value and the previous max value. Finally, we return answer.